Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
There it
So
is.
we are scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Igor, and we are about to do a nice little extra. Hopefully, woo! Here we go. Hello, tickle
And
tickle.
together
She's over
we are.
there. Together we are make up mad scientists.
Her,
There
she's
you go.
madder. She's madder than me.
I'm the
Okay.
maddest.
Welcome, everyone.
Seeing as though it's mad scientists and I'm the maddest one, I'm the one that's in charge. Most of the time, until I get in a problem area, and then Violet is in charge. So, today, what are we doing today?
We're taking me off.
Oh, all right, all right, all right. Here we go. You've gone. I've got a few things here, including my cup of tea. I've got a few things behind me as well. So, what I was thinking was probably about time to show you what I do with my gel print and what you can do with gel print. Don't worry about that. It's just a paper clip I was storing on my arm of camera. Just went clue. So ho hum. Now, when you've got a gel print, sort of like wodge over here, little wodgy of gel prints, like these, little pile of them, loads of papers and things, and bits and bobs. And I've got loads more behind me, and well, lots of places. When you've got them, what are you going to do with them? Well, here's an idea. I use pots for pens a lot. And you can get, especially when you're diabetic, you can get awfully bored of looking at M&S double chocolate mini bites. So, no, don't want that. So I'm going to cover one. This one I found in the other room has already got some gesso on it. So I thought, well, we'll start with that one. We can always do that one another time. So I'm going to cover this one, and then we can put some pens and things in it. And another thing you could do is cover a book or book cover, or you could create the pages to go inside it to make a journal. Those are a couple more. You can cover the inside of an already decorated cover, which I've got there. Put some on there. That's one. There's another little book here that I could do. This is really old, this one. I did this when we were living up in Haverig, I think, near the sea. And I made it out of wallpaper, a strip of wallpaper. And of course, because it's only a strip of wallpaper and it's got things on the inside, it's quite sort of flibby flobby, you know, it's a bit bendy. So I thought if I cover that, the back piece, in some gel prints, that might give it a bit more stability. That would be a good idea. Another thing you can do, let me put that over there, is cover a head with gel prints, which we've done a couple of times already, but this one is Mr. Fuzzy. I'm going to give him a bit more beard there and some eyebrows and so forth, but it might be a good idea to cover him with the gel prints before going any further with that. Another thing you can do, say you've got, I mean, I happen to have rather a nice little die cut that cuts this out, which I like. And I've got another one which cuts that one out. It's actually for cutting out letters of the alphabet. So they come on these things. And so you're meant to keep the innards, but that's what a lovely thing for it to cut it out when you're doing it. So I'd rather like to keep this as well. I think it also cut out on this one, which I'd covered with book pages out of my thin dictionary, and then covered with some sprays and things. So you can use that, all those places. You can put the gel prints on the inside, or you can put the gel print. Suppose you've got a gel print like that. You can, let me get a gel print, an actual gel print. That's a better way. There we are. There's a nice fancy looking thing. You can put this on the inside. There we are. That's rather nice. Nice contrast with that. Imagine it behind there. Or you can put it the other side and then create a bottom and two sides, well, one side, and then you've got a box. So then you can store things in it. So when you take the things out, you can see the back. And when the things are in there, you can still see what they are. So that's quite good. Or simply stick it to this side, flat like that, so that you've got a nice contrasting pattern.
See, that one there is my favorite idea today. That's the one I want to do.
Well, that was your idea, that one.
Oh, that was your idea that I'm stealing.
Definitely your idea. I was doing it on the other side.
Oh, well,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
So here we are. Here's a page for a what do I call it? A swatch book. This uses gel prints. There's gel prints there, gel print there, gel prints underneath, gel prints on the top, and I can put gel prints on the back as well if I want to. Like this one's got it's a divider. This one, so it's got gel prints all over there, and a tab so that you can open up that particular place in a book. And this one has got lots of little bits put on there, some gel prints and some spray prints and various. That's a print that we used on the gel plate to print this.
We were trying to do a transfer and it wasn't going well with that. Yeah,
it's not too. I mean, you could go over the face and bring it back to life a bit. It's got a bit smeary over her eyes. He looks a bit like somebody's patched her eyeballs out or something. But apart from that, and then there's some more gel prints inside. And this is another print transfer that was done on laser paper done on paper with a laser printer by PM Artist Studios, one of their prints, and I printed it, and afterwards with the color I used, I think I used Prussian blue probably, and I liked it after I'd used it and created the print. So I cut it out and used it as a piece on top. So that's another way of using it. And in fact, I think it goes that way up. Yeah, I think it goes that way up because the face here is that way up there. And that's one of my stamps. I like that one. That's another one. What else? Oh, yes, the other one, another one you can do. We don't need those. That's to create my Red Baron. That's going to be my Red Baron. This is sanding paper. I'm going to sand it down and then paint it red, so I've got a Red Baron. Another thing you can do is cover a little. This was a box back when I ate chocolate biscuits, and I knew I was going to have to give up the chocolate biscuits, so I just saved the box because it fits beautifully over the phone. You know, you've got one of those phones that stand up. And it fits just great over it, and that stops the glare of the screen driving you crackers. And if you want to cover your router, and it's got lots of little flashing lights going winky, 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 this I find is a great idea. You take the box of tissues, it's just one of these box of tissues, and you cut out a piece, and if you just cover that and then you can slot that over the top of the router. That happens to be the right shape and size for our router. I used the other one, but this one, if I cover it, then I can swap it over and then I've got another one. Yeah. Plus, another thing you can do with your gel prints is to make beads, paper beads, which I've done with these. Some of them are papers from printed pattern paper. Some of them are gel prints, and there we go. Some of them have had stamps on them, like that one.
I've used my painty papers to make. I made a big pile of beads, different sizes and shapes. So much fun.
Yep. So you can turn them into bits for necklaces.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. No problem. I like these ones because they're unusual shapes. I just like those. Really.
Well, and they're great. Also, when you do them like that, they're great to make beads for journal dangles.
Exactly. That's what I use them for. I don't use them to make necklaces, but they're great for journal dangles. Can you imagine that as a journal dangle?
I love
Lovely.
that one.
Yeah. Whoop, I dropped one on the floor. Well, we must not allow that to stay down there because that's a nice one. In there. Okay. And another one you can do is, you know, you get those wooden boxes from craft shops. Like, let me get this out of the way. Like that. With a little catch there. And this is quite smeggy in the inside because something dripped. But it's got lots of little pots of paste in here that I made ages ago. Like blood orange patina paste. Sea algae patina paste. I think I did a video years and years ago about this. Zesty Zing patina paste.
A storage box, you could cover that with your painting papers.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. So you can cover the inside.
Yeah.
And you can also cover the outside. Now, the outside of this has already had a coat of gesso. It's got quite battered in the time I've been using it, but you could put your gel prints on that. No problem at all. Is that the last one? I think that might be the last one. I'm sure there's something else I thought of, but
thought of tags. We thought of
tags, ATCs,
envelope liners, cards with cutouts
as well.
And then I just had another idea. Hold on, it left. It was there. Well, punches. So imagine you have die cuts that you use on cards, or you have punches, paper punches. You know what I mean? Like a star. You could use painting papers. You could cut out. Use your die cuts to make
a small punch here, but I've got a big one somewhere as well. Right. So you could. I've got one that's big enough to make ATC coins with. You could use that on your prints.
Yeah. Or ephemera. You could use die cuts and make ephemera to go on, you know, any other paper, journal paper.
You can make inchies or twinchies.
Yes, or twinchies.
I did that with those. I did that with gel print paper and then put texture paste on, coloured texture paste on top. It wasn't stencil butter, that one. I think it was the Izink ones. Because it's the colours that I remember from the Izink, definitely that one.
And I know a number of people who make paper clusters, and those are great backgrounds to embellish a paper cluster.
Well, I've used them just as lots of layers in different orientations to build up one paper cluster.
Yeah.
And then put a button or something on the top, and there you are. You've got all those gel prints together with a button, and you see little bits of them because you've angled them like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're not all one orientation, so you see little bits peeping out. That's quite good. You know, when you make a I've got a die cut that cuts these, but you can cut them by hand as well. Makes a plaque for a journal. It's too big for this particular journal. It would fit on something like this journal, no problem. But you could do that and cut it out and cover one of these with, or you could just cover the sheet of card rather, and then just punch it out. Use your die cut machine and then you've got a nice background on it, and then you can put some either stamp on it. If it's you know, you need to pick the sort of a gel print that hasn't got a lot going on in it. Let me see what we've got here. Something that's a bit plainish, that doesn't have much going on in it. So you could pick something like that. It's a bit going on, but then you can also get those letters that you can get from the craft shop and colour the letters. You know, there's little thick cardboard letters and the chipboard letters.
Yes.
You can put that on it. You know, so you can cut one of those out and put journal on there. Or I've got a stamp that says journal, so I could stamp. You could also write journal backwards, mind you, on your gel plate. And and then cut off that bit, and then you've got that piece ready to write on.
Yeah,
But as I say, that's got a bit going on it, so you'd want something a bit plainer. I was just looking to see what there was in the pile here. This is a bit plainer, look. That's why I got it out. I mean, you could use that directly on there, just cut out the circle and write journal around there. So you've got one. But I would put that onto a piece of card or something. I think I might have a cutter that will cut something not as big as that, but a bit smaller, but quite big. So you could make those coins out of it, or use it just as an embellishment on your journal. Just pop them anywhere you like with any kind of pattern on you like. So let's have a go and do one of these things.
Did you mention Mr. Fuzzy?
Yeah, Mr. Fuzzy. I mentioned him earlier.
Oh, okay. All right, I missed it. Yeah, you could make him. You could handsome him up.
Certainly could. So what should we do first? I mean, we're probably not going to have time to do all of these.
Well, let's cover your pot. I like the idea of covering your pot.
Okay, well, let's do that. There we go.
Yeah.
We'll do more prints behind me. I'll just grab a few. Got a whole load over here that I just did on Monday even. There's some nice ones there. Yes, lovely, lovely. Some of them I think I want for the journal. Looking at them. There we go. Some there. And from there. Let's see what we've got that we can cover. I think because we've got a white gesso background on here, we can even use some of the tissue if we want to. Because we don't have to worry about the paper covering things up. This is rice paper, which is another bit of rice paper, another bit of rice paper. That's nice, that.
Right, because so none of the MS design will come through, the original packaging. Oh, I like that.
Oh, no. I quite like cutting that off there and using that whole piece. That's a nice quick one as well. I rather like that. Yes, it's no good putting it at the top because it's changing shape. So I think I'll do that. Pair of scissors. I could do something else at the top. In fact, I could cut that out, you know. I could fussy cut that out. Yeah, so what would I put behind it? Let's make a decision on that. I mean, I can use this piece. Just a minute. I want to cut this edge off. It's easier to tell when I've cut that piece off.
Well,
I think.
couldn't you also just color just paint a base coat on the tin, the pot?
Well, I have put white gesso on.
Right. But I mean, if you wanted, you could also do a base color.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Okay. But one could do that, couldn't one?
Oh yeah, of course you could.
There you go.
If you do it on one of these and you put white tissue on, then you're going to be able to see that color coming through. I'm just going to cut this edge as well because I want to be able to see what I'm thinking.
But if you only do it, like in this case, along the top where you're not going to put paper, then that would be the only place you would see it. Just say it.
That would go around. There. That would go around. See, if you're just covering, you don't need to use a collage, so it doesn't mean to say you've got to cut everything up and use lots of bits. So that's a possibility. You could use that one. I think that would have to be a base one, and then you'd put other things on top. Like, for instance, that would be the time when I would think about cutting that out along there and put it on top. Now let's fold that over just slightly for a second to see what I think. That could look quite good against that. Maybe.
Maybe.
But the thing is, with the black tissue, it is inclined to tear, so I'm not too sure about using that just yet. This is black paper. That might work better. I think I definitely want to use this.
I like that.
I'm trying to choose what to put it with. In fact, I may as well just cut this because I think that's what I want to do. Let me get a pointy pair of scissors and make a small hole there. I'm just going to cut around here. Just as I can see what it might look like. This is a rough cut. I will probably cut much more accurately when I want to actually use it. There. I want to get this as close to it. I want to leave a little tiny bit, but I want to get it as close to it as I can so that I have some idea of what it might look like. So if I was to use this one, it would look like that. That's not too bad, is it? Maybe.
I like it.
Oh. Not sure about that one. I've got that one. No, it's too close to tone.
Too busy.
Yeah, probably. It's that one. Yeah, I think that's too nice to use just like that. I think I'll probably use that in a book. What about that? Maybe. That's got possibilities, but it's a very similar colour here. I don't know. Can you see what I'm showing? Or am I off screen?
No, you're fine.
Good. Good. Let me get my list out the way. What else did I put on here?
I like the
Bookmarks. You mentioned bookmarks. So that's another thing you do, bookmarks. Would you like that? It's possible. No, too light. Oh, that's quite nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I quite like that too.
Oh, I love the yellow up there. Oh, absolutely. That's mountains and a sunrise or a moon glow.
Let me just cut this edge off. So I don't think I want that edge. That goes there. That goes there. Or I might cut it through there and have it like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Take a look at the one behind it. Take that one though. Put that aside. That's a yes. That's a yes. But what about the one that's still on the table? One more.
Yeah.
That was catching my eye. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't like it as much as the other one. I was looking at the other one for longer. Not so sure about that. I like this for a book, this one with the push I did. Yeah.
Yep. That color doesn't go with, well,
that goes quite nicely.
That does go nice.
So that's another possibility. I don't want to use that one. That was a demo of the Posca pens. I want to keep that.
No,
I like that one.
I don't like the purple. No, I'm not compared to the black. You're off screen, but
sorry. Yeah.
No.
I quite like it, but yeah, I think the black is better.
No.
No, it's too close in tone, really, isn't it? Yeah, despite the black. Stop that. You're staying up there. Stay. These are pieces I was thinking of for in journals, though. So. No, it's too close in colour. This is a possibility.
Maybe that one. What do you think? Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I still like the black.
Yeah, I do. I like the black better.
So yeah, in creating something like this and using your prints, the hardest thing is which one to use.
Yeah, well, you've got to sort of look at it and think, I don't know. See, the plainer the paper, the more this stands out. You can imagine it like that.
No, that one's not bad.
Not bad at all. Possible. This one, I think, is a little busy.
Little busy.
And it's a blue, but it is a darker blue, so it's not too bad.
No. No, it's distracting.
Okay. That's not too bad. I think I would want to paint the rest of that black, maybe with some touches of gold here and there, as if it had gone, as if it was the edge of a frame, you know?
Yeah. And you know, I just thought of another idea for the gel print. With the holidays coming up, people have guests coming over for dinner, and they set the table and they put name tags at each place setting.
Yeah, you could do that.
So you
and if you were making a set of place settings of table mats, and you use your gel prints to make your own set of table mats.
Absolutely, you could actually laminate these gel prints to make them washable, wipeable for the.
Or you could pour resin on the top.
Yeah. Well, I have a laminating machine, so I tend to go with that. I think that's going to be too close in color. And
yeah, right.
So yeah, name tags, laminated placemats.
Yep. Or coasters.
Coasters. Oh, absolutely. Wonderful idea. Yeah, you could glue them over a piece of cork or a piece of felt, and there you have your coaster.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not enamored of most of those. Nothing seems to improve on that one. That one is the best one yet. Question is, which way up? That way up? Or that way up? With the yellow there.
I like that yellow dot. I don't know why, but that reminds me of a nighttime scene with blue smoky mountains.
Yep. Oh, I could use this bit. Forget about the yellow dot.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that whole sheet wrap around the whole thing?
No.
No, you'll have to improvise.
I'll have half. It'll do it in half. So I'll have the other half.
Okay.
So if I find the middle, I need to cut that off first. So I've got a proper edge. There you go. Not too bad at all. And you know, if I was to put that back at the bottom, or another piece of black at the bottom, then that would be even for putting that on. Or I can just do this on one side, and on the other side, one of the others we were looking at. Play that one. Anyway, I think I'll put this one on first and see what happens. And I think I'm just going to put that on like that. Or am I? If I do that one, I think it might, because this is curved, I think it might be better like that. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Stop thinking. Cut. And actually, we've got two with little moons, you know. So, you know, let's put that one on. Right, glue. Let's get some glue. I'm using Fabri-Tac because I just use that all the time.
I was going to ask that. What glue?
Fabri-Tac, Beacon Fabri-Tac. I'm probably going to have to adjust that slightly. Don't want it to go on that bit, because that would not work. I can fill that in with something. I can even go over it with some black paint or something. I think that'll work fine. Somebody should be singing a song. I know you can't. Maybe I should do it. No, maybe
Well,
not.
there's too much of an echo for me today, so.
Yeah. StreamYard needs to figure that out because it's not us. We've tried everything we can.
Yeah, I don't know where to go next.
Hear me, StreamYard? You need to do something. It's spoiling the whole effect.
Yeah, Fran needs me to scream and talk over her and
I need my Igor. No fun without my Igor. This up. I should get at the rest of this. I've got to find where that thing is, so I've got to avoid that. There we go, that's down. Right, now the question becomes, do I want all of this or just some of it? In fact, I might just want just that, you know, not with the bubbles, just that, like that. Or do you want it there with the bubbles?
I like the bubbles. What do you like?
Yeah, I was thinking I like the bubbles. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to reach all the way down there, but I can always cut a bit more there and pull it a bit, or even just tear it a little bit. Yes, I think I'll do that. Trouble is, with an edge you want to use, you've got to get the glue really close to that edge that you want to use, because you don't want it flipping and flapping about. I mean, I can go over it afterwards with something like art glitter glue with a fine point on my glue bottle, but if I don't have to, I'd rather not. Always seems to be, no matter how well you think you've put the glue as close to the edge as you can, there's always a bit that wants to come up. Beastly thing. You behave for money. Okay.
I usually end up taking my finger and rubbing it along the edge, but the problem with that is if you're working on something that you do not want to get glue on the front,
yeah,
then you have that issue. If you don't care, then yeah, I use my fingers and pull it all the way out to the edge.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm all ookied up.
Yeah, you've got to be careful where you put that finger after that, as the actress said to the bishop. Sorry, I couldn't help that.
I don't want to know more. No. That's right.
think basically you get what you pay for, and you haven't paid for the bishop, so you only get the actress.
Oh, Fran.
Yes. I'm here.
Oh. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm really liking that.
Now I've folded it over there, but I folded it over in a gap, so you don't really see it, to take into account the curvature of the pot. So that's not too bad. So what are we going to do on the other side? Right. So we can cover up some of this. I could cut that and then come back with the rest re-angled. Or I can use it that way up with that there. You like that bit, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do like that yellow.
I'm going to have quite a bit left, so I can use some of that to trim the edge there. I think I need to cut that there. Put that on. Or I could suddenly change my mind and decide that Mr. Fuzzy needs this bit, but I won't. I think I put that on upside down, but I don't care. Right. That bit goes up there, avoiding the lip here, which we will do something with. Yep, that'll do fine. I'll probably add something else on top like I did with the other one, maybe from the same sheet. Always goes slower than you want it to. Now I've tried, I know the trick is to add acetone. I tried that with the other bottle of this, and frankly, it just got thicker.
Oh, really?
For me, it did not work. I don't know whether it's because it was already quite old by then, but I want to do it again. We'll just stick it on and trim it afterwards. It's going to be delicate work unless I can sort of push it up a bit. Maybe that would do it. Come on out, glue. Come on. Now that needs to be just slit there. I want that to stick down and that to stick down on top. There we go, got it. Good out. Lovely.
I like
A little bit there.
So that's one idea.
Yep, that's one. Now, if you've got a big sheet, say I had 2 of these, then that would be wide enough to use it all the way down instead of having to cut a piece off to get another sheet to go around the other side. So that would have worked better. So, but these are only the 8x10 prints, so I only had the little sheet. But if you had one that was bigger, like a 12x12 or a 12x14.
And you also, looking back, it's easy to look back in hindsight. You could have cut that first dark piece even narrower.
Yeah. I didn't realize I wouldn't see the piece underneath so well.
Right.
I didn't realize this rice paper would cover it so well. I thought I would need to put something underneath there first, but no, it worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So that's something to find out.
Almost all the time I do something the first time, as I get done or as I'm going along, I realize, oh, I could have done it different. I could have done it different.
Yeah, well, I always do. I never do things right the first time.
Nope. And sometimes I do it the first time and think of all the other ways I could have done it, but I'm already done because if I've done it once, I'm done. Move on.
Yeah. Very often that's what I do. If I've done it once, I don't want to do it again. The only time I might do it again is if I did it once, didn't complete it properly, would like to do it properly and have it actually correct, finished, then perhaps I would. Like the Fighting Temeraire, I have plans to do that again.
Yeah, I'd like to see you do that.
I've moved it along there so that it's overlapping here, but it doesn't show so much as it would overlapping on that. Right, so we've got that. Now, what happened to the rest of that print? Let me remove some of these. It probably turned out to be underneath there. Let me just check first. No, I think it's definitely up there. Well, let's find out. It's a little piece or something else. Oh, there it is. Down there. So I've got that. I can put there. Or there was another one, wasn't there? to the phone.
Farther back.
There we are. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That one, which is on a. It almost looks like there's a rushing something over there. That's that baby dragon.
Yep, I see it.
But it almost looks like running wolves or something. Wolf pack. The head of the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Kind of like you see the horses running out of the surf.
Yeah.
That's where my mind went.
I am going to do the same thing again here. Going around here. This was a different one of the dragon strips. That's the one. Oh, that was the strip. So I'm cutting the reverse part off here. Yeah. So I'm cutting all the way there because I know I've got to use a little bit extra. And in this piece. Cut this little bit out. Yeah. And sorry it takes so long, but it's quite fiddly, this.
Mm-hmm.
But I want these nice edges, you see, these nice shapes to show up.
I don't have a little bitty tiny pair of scissors like that with the pointy.
I've got a little itty bitty one that I simply cannot find, and it's great for doing little tiny fiddly bits like this. I don't do it very often though because it hurts my hand if I do it for long.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I don't have one, because I get the hand cramps very easily.
Yep.
I like that.
So I'm going to cover all the joins down there. So do I want it that high, which is higher than that one, or do I want it like the other one, just with bubbles?
Just with bubbles.
Yep, I think I do. I don't want to cut that one just there. And then find out. Oh, that's pretty neat. Look at that. Good. Look at that. I was going to cut it to match there, but I don't need to. Wow.
Looks good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Tack it down and then go from there. Tack it down, tack it down. Oh, that's nice.
I was going to cut it off though, wasn't I? I was going to cut that off.
Well,
I'm going to cut that bit there. What I'll do, I'll just cut this bit here. Knew that edge wouldn't go down. That's all right. About there. So that like that, and like that. Just nicely into that. Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, where am I going to tear it? I want to tear it a bit somewhere. There, I think. And perhaps there as well. Maybe there. Doesn't matter if I don't. If I don't use it, I don't use it. Tuffy more. Tuffy muffin. Oh, look, go away, you horrible little bit of glue. Go in the bin. There we are. Right. The thing about this sort of job is it's really rather relaxing because you're not doing anything too high powered. You're not doing it fast before it dries apart from the glue. So you're not trying to get the stencils down and then do the lift off and then get the lift off out the way and then pull the stencils off and then put a new one down. And you're not trying to do all that in a hurry. What you're doing is just gluing as quickly as we can onto a piece of waste paper or ordinary paper and then putting it in position.
one of my favorite things to do. Tear strips of paper or cut strips of paper and glue it down. Just rip and glue, rip and glue. And I'm not even sure that I like doing that, or maybe I just like the smell of glue. I don't know.
Could be. Lovely.
You never
I think with
know.
my breed, I wouldn't be sniffing glue. I haven't coughed much this stream. Maybe it's just calmness. Chilling out. Little fold there. Another little fold.
It's been an hour and I'm almost due to go over there and feed himself. So I think, oh, look how nicely that lined up.
Just about, almost, not quite, but nearly. I ain't going to see it when it's down. That one needs a bit more glue. I knew there'd be a bit that wasn't going to stick. There always is.
So I think we're going to come back later or tomorrow, whichever Fran feels like it. And we're going to do another project with gel papers. What would we do? We're not going to tell you.
Yeah, depends on what I feel like when we get there.
Exactly.
So I'll just have some other bits of glue to add to it here and there, just to make sure it sticks down properly, which it hasn't yet.
And you know, anybody wanted to get fancy pantsy here, they could also take this. They could add some ribbon trim or, you know, anything like that. Some of their own ribbon or trim or dangle or anything like that to embellish it. All kinds of
Pieces on.
that. I like that.
But that's come off another piece. I've got to put it back on it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you can put things like that on. Or I did have some bits of, oh, it's in the kitchen. Some rusty bits of Ujimaflit, bottle caps that I found.
Bottle caps, yeah.
Rusty bottle caps. You can put them on. Or you could even put one of them on if you want to.
There you go.
Pens. Pens, as if nobody could see there were pens in there. Or to remind me, you don't put scissors in this one, it's pens only. Yeah, okay. That's never going to happen. No way. But there you go. There are some of the things you can do. One pot, you might want to put something on the bottom, but I never see the bottom. I only see that bit. So I would put some gold around here, I think.
Yeah.
To match, or perhaps just go over it with I could do Aztec gold, or I could do iridescent copper fine. Go over it with that. That might be quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
I might do that. I've got a paintbrush. I might do that. I might do that while we're gone, while we're offline.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are.
I like it. I've got a big coffee container over here that I hold pencils and scissors and glue bottles upside down. And now I'm going to go get some painting papers and do mine.
There we go.
Yep.
Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you for the inspiration.
There we are. So we got a nice little shortish one. How short are we?
Oh, we're an hour, 4 minutes. No, we're just fine.
Short for me.
Anybody can fast forward and breathe through it and not fall asleep.
Yep, you can. Put it on double or treble time, because half the time I'm not saying anything anyway.
Yeah, just sit back, relax.
Too busy going. Yep.
And ripping and
Okay.
we're gonna say goodbye.
So bye, folks.
We're gonna
see you when I'm
out.